So the birthing panel is what this is called. So if you really try real hard and look, you'll find things like this. So we're just driving down the road and I found it. This is called the birthing scene. As you can see, the petroglyph. Now what I study and when I look at this, you see clearly that those people are not, that looks like a shaman or maybe a tribal elder leader. And you can see this where clearly you can see the birth. And you look at these things and you wonder, like, what are these? You know, the deer, see the feet. And you see how they create the people. They don't look like the size of people. They look like the ant people and some of those that we've talked about. So, but they've left their feet. And what's really neat about this is if you look, I read about this, there's 5 toes on one and 6 toes on another one. Wow. So was it a mistake or was that their feet? And they made them, why would they make this to show you climbing up something? We come out here with our friends. We got Nancy and Ron out here and we got to go explore, and I just saw it on the side of the road and I just had to throw the car in gear. I was like, nope, there it is. Wow. You know, and I don't think I could do it justice, but I'd have to just take a few moments to tell you guys. The Kane Creek Road that's right outside of Moab. Now, this is not Arches. This is not Canyonlands. This is Kane Creek Road. Public accessible. You don't need a permit. Just need to get at least, I would recommend truck, Jeep, something with 4-wheel drive. But again, our friends with a Lexus went out there and you can see views that look just like this. Now the birthing panel is located just underneath my camera shot as you see right now. And this is just off past the trail so you guys can kind of get an idea of the area that we were in. Actually leading up to the birthing panel. This is what you can see. Isn't it just breathtaking? Now, I have to tell you, we spent, after our friends had left, because we met up with some friends that we literally, it was a great story. You'll have to see it in another video, but I've known a person for over 12 years and have known him like a brother and never got a chance to meet him until this day. Got to spend the night in a hotel in Moab, several nights, and they got to come over and meet us. They're residents of Utah, so this was a great day. Wonderful time and wonderful experience. Yeah, and you know, this place reminds you of what you see the images of the surface of Mars. Lunar rover's going to drop down and extend and see something like this. No, all kidding aside, this is our truck. This is the vehicle that we rented from Enterprise. Great little vehicle. It was a Dodge 4x4. Great. Our friends did take a Lexus out, so you guys will know, had no problems getting out where we're at. This is just right out of Main Street in downtown Moab by the McDonald's. This is the birthing rock, birthing panel, the birthing scene, and it is absolutely breathtaking. Christy and I absolutely love petroglyphs. We love the dinosaur tracks and all the things that Moab contained. Though there is no permit required for this. There's no waiting in any lines. This is right by the McDonald's, depending on which direction you're in. If you'll turn at the road there by the McDonald's, it's Kane Creek Road. Follow it out. Watch your speed. It is a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit till you get out. And then from there, enjoy your time like this at the birthing panel. Now, so you guys will know, I'm doing a voiceover because I was so overwhelmed with all the things that we got to see this day and meeting our friends, Ron and Nancy, that I had to come back and do a little bit of narration, let you guys and gals know. Shout out to all of our viewers. Shout out to our new friends that we've met along the way. This panel is amazingly insane for what all it contains. Obviously, an image of a breached birth. So many different things that this contained, but the area was just so special. Would you leave a comment? Let us know. Have you ever been to the birthing panel? Have you ever been to these places that have the petroglyphs? You know, these are archaic, A-R-C-H-A-I-C, the archaic period. And the Ute or the Ute period, which is the UTE period of Native Americans, there's all contained onto this panel. Now, that dates back as much as 7,000 years. It could go back as much as 12,000 years if you read about the archaic period. And all those people inhabited this land. Look at how beautiful, while I pause and just let you soak this in. Amazing, isn't it? We hope you enjoy the shots that we are. We have absolutely enjoyed this vacation to Moab. We're back into the Great Smoky Mountains, where we focus on mostly the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge and surrounding areas. But in this date, we are at the Moab, Utah vacation of a lifetime. Christy and I had an absolute blast. And you know, sometimes I'm limited on the things that you can do, so being on the roadside is really awesome. You can pull over, and it's literally out of no one's way, and go and see things just like you're seeing here right now. Look at this. I'm so thankful you could just pull over off the side of the road and just be able to experience these types of things. Where are you going to see stuff like this but in Utah? But I wanted your opinion as we focus on the birthing panel itself. You do see the woman as we see spread out there with the breech, unfortunately, the breached birth, and then the beautiful little footprints of what we believe the ascension. And then you see the shaman, obviously with his decorations. So many snakes. They had scorpions. They have all sorts of things, deers and whatnot. But we really focused on this, how they paid such attention to the elaborate decoration. Just look at that for yourselves. And then, unfortunately, the feet first, breech birth coming out, and you see the different shapes of the feet, which was something that we were just remarking about. There's a larger set of feet spread out longer. Maybe the mother and the child possibly passed away in this representation. And that's just my opinion, but I believe that's what they're trying to show here. And it was quite beautiful how they did this on this particular panel. This particular image of this person had a head that did not look like any of the others, but I did find, I believe, one other that represented it. The one had what we used to call the ant people, had like the little antennas coming off their head. And you can see in front of you now the sandals that have decoration if you look closely on them. Definitely feet that had adorned by some type of decoration or sandal. Did you catch that? And as you walk around the panel, they utilize just as much as they could off of it where the carbon scoring is. But just look what their home would have been. And again, back to the panel itself, just look at the different shapes of these people now. And again, you'd have to study the Archaic and the Ute period, or Ute period. And you'll understand there's a type of, I believe they're called the La Sal. You'll have to look them up for yourself. I don't want to say things or misspeak on something that I'm not 100% familiar with, but from my studies, there's a type called the La Sal or something La Sal period, and they can find them all throughout the Canyonlands and canyons in this area of Utah. And again, we're not in Canyonlands. I want to make sure you're clear. This is just off of a regular road in Moab, Utah. One of the top things to go and see and do while you're in town. Just look, could this rock have fallen from way up there? So I did a voiceover so I could show you. Unfortunately, this part of this panel will never know what's there. It's been broken off. You can see, obviously, there's some animals that have been broken off. I can't tell if that's people have damaged that. Sad to say that someone may have done something, but look up here real closely. There's a little teeny thing up in there. See it? And then more down here with this guy that we called Popeye with his very large arm and 4 fingers, very large 4 fingers. And he had something on his head, which I'll show you as you come around here the corner. Perhaps it's the difference with the two types of, and the many, many, many generations. But these clearly had eyes. I'll let you guys look at it for yourself. Big, huge eyes. And then sadly, big arms again over here. This guy's broken off. It's just really broke my heart because he had like antlers on top of his head. You can clearly see them. See? But there's only one on one side because it looks like it's been broken off. But that's all we could tell on this panel. They have put these rails out and ask that you don't touch them. I know it's really hard not to want to connect, but again, you could damage them. So they've set these rails up, and you know, sadly, you can tell. It looks like people have tried to chisel on them. Some have tried to do graffiti, but it just breaks your heart that people would try to destroy something that's been there for, as we just said, possibly 12,000 years. correct me on that, but look it up for yourself and leave a comment. Let me know. Did I get that pretty much right on the nail head there, Professor? But I hope you've enjoyed this video as we just let you browse and look and enjoy this beautiful music. And let you interpret what you think it's meant. Just thankful that they left these petroglyphs all riddled throughout this canyon. I'm not kidding you. As you drive down the road, there are dozens of petroglyphs that are not marked. Maybe we're the first ones to ever see them, but there are petroglyphs all along the road. And we'll be doing more videos like these, but of some of the top places to see, the birthing panel was one of my very favorites of the whole entire trip. Wasn't it, Mama? Hey, thank you so much for watching our videos. We appreciate all of your support. If you haven't considered to subscribe, well, we'd hope you do so that you can travel along with us for this and all of our journeys right here on We Review You. Thanks for watching.